Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to DexionTrading. And this is going to be day number 2 in my journey to success on these prop firms and for moving forward. The previous day we did about $900 on the evaluation account. Today, I'm going to be seeing what we can do as far as trades. So real quick, let's just get into it. I have my chart marked up already for the levels that are interesting to me. So I have the London high up here, have the London low over here. I have the previous daily high marked out here, which price did break earlier in the day. And I also have Asia's low down here. So right now price is kind of regressing off of its highs in a more of a, I guess, a pullback fashion. It doesn't look impulsive. And so I'm looking to see if we can get a move here off of this liquidity mark. And if we can get a bounce back up, I will take the trade. Or if we continue to go down and we smash past here, I'll look for any fair value gap that caused that break. And I'll be looking to take a trade at least close down to the previous daily high. So that's the plan for now, and I'm going to cut into the more interesting parts of the day. As far as news that we have to look out for today, we had, I think it was retail sales this morning. Didn't really make too much of an impact. So we can see here. If we go in today, yeah, what do we have? Yeah, 8:30 retail sales. So it didn't really make too much of an impact. It never usually does. And so we're going to be waiting probably until 9:30 for the big market open before the big moves happen. This is what I'm guessing. All right, and we are back. It is now about 9:39 Eastern time, and just to give you guys an update on what's been happening, there was a move in here that I probably could have taken, but it didn't match up with all of my rules. So I'm just going to go in the 1 minute so you can see it a little clearly. It was this move here where what I would do is it would be a down move here, which swept this low, and then it went up and then came back down for a retest or retracement, whatever you want to call it. And then you could have went into the trade there, but I didn't take it because there was no fair value gap in here. So according to my entry, you would have just barely survived, because as you can see right here, you did almost get tapped out on that 88%, which is my stop. If you were doing this off of another prop firm that uses the S&P or the NASDAQ as and CFD, where you have the liquidity gaps, the ask and the bid gap, you would have been taken out right there. So it just didn't match up with my rules, so it was kind of risky. I didn't take it. So what's happening now in the market is after 9:30, the market is retracing down lower. It breached the London low. Let me just delete all this stuff here. So now we are going to the previous daily high. That's this line right here. And we just tagged it. So what I would like to see happen now on the 5 minute, there is a fair value gap here. But this is probably too risky to trade now. Everything is in an up move. It's been in an up move for the foreseeable future. So this is clearly a bullish trend if you just zoom out. And I would like to see the price probably either come here or tag Asia low and then retrace. I don't want to trade into further liquidity because it just might bounce from here and never see the previous daily high again. So I'm gonna hold off on getting a move, tagging in here, and then going down here. And I think I'll just wait for more evidence and more activity in the market. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you come up against the day where you just can't take a trade. And you have to translate that in your brain as a win, because when you make nothing, you defended your account from losses. That's how you have to look at this. So yep, we're just going to be sitting on our hands for a little bit more. A lot of nasty price action going on here. And if a setup forms, what I would like to see is setup has to come back to this high in order to be considered the change of character. So I'll just put an alarm here and put that NAS 100 change of character. And so once that level is breached, I would be interested in taking a trade. Let's see if it does this. I would be interested in taking a trade down here and then up to there, to this level right here. So we're going to wait and see how that happens. Or what I would like to see is, if I zoom out here on the 5, if price were to, just kind of consolidate here, breach the daily, and go back to Asia low, and then retrace, I'll take a trade like that as well. As long as it doesn't, take too long past 1230, then I can see myself doing that. Or even if it's internal liquidity here and then retracement, might be able to do that as well if we hit this POI. So we'll see what happens. I would like to see a move like this, not a sharp move up, because that would kind of defeat the purpose. So if we do tag into this fair value gap here, I do need confirmation on the 1 minute to see the price trying to go back down. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the playbook for now, and we'll update you guys in a minute. All right, so just to keep you guys up to date, it is a little past 10 o'clock now, and what did wind up happening is the price breached Asia low. So if we come out to the 5, you can see that it did touch the low of Asia, which is right here. My alarm went off, and what it did look like the price did is it did a very small, quick liquidity pull from here. As you can see, it tapped the line, and then it spiked underneath it right here. And now it looks like it's trying to go up. So this is actually looking like a setup. So what I do want to see is price pull above this level here, this peak, or even this peak. Create a base there, close above it on either the 1 or the 5, and I do need to have a fair value gap here. If I don't have a fair value gap, then it's just not happening, and I'll have to wait for probably another hit to the low before that move happens. So that's what I'm looking for right now, and I'm just going to sit on my fingers and wait for that to happen. And this reminds me of a scripture that I found in Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verses 8. I'll just skip to that right now, where it says, "Better is the end of a thing than its beginning, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit." And verse 9 says, "Be not quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the heart of fools." So, I can really take that to heart, to just practice being patient. Trading is more like, if you really want to be good at trading, it's more like being a surgeon. You have to be very patient. You have to be very careful with your hands. You can't be too hasty. You can't be too impulsive, because these things can spell ruin. And anger is what lodges in the heart of fools. And so you can add any other negative emotion to that. You can add impulsiveness. You can add pride. You can add greed, or whatever the case might be. So now is the time to be patient. We're at about 10:10 right now. If it gets to 12:30 and nothing happened, then just not going to trade for the day. I'll still post a video up to YouTube. I'm not really interested in becoming famous or viral or anything like that. I'm just going to post wins, losses, and I'm going to post the days that nothing happens. I'm starting something that's bigger than that, and I want to be just totally transparent. So what we got here? So price is just kind of still dancing around. It looks like it's trying to stab this low again here, which will be great. And you know, if that happens, then this will be the new base where I want to see a price come down and then come back up, tap me in on the trade, and then take me out right here. That would be great. All right, so that's it for now. I'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening, and stay tuned. All right, so we do have something going on here. We touched this point again, and the price did start to go back up, and it looks like it is trying to retrace down here. It didn't close strong above this level here, so I do want to see a close. If this candle does a retracement back in, just not going to take the trade. That's just not how I do it. There is a fair value gap in here. It's really small, and it looks like it is being mitigated right now. So also, this is a breaker block here. This move up right here, that was responsible for this move down. That failed to break this low, and then if this continues to break, that is textbook breaker block there, which would be a really, really high probability confluence. So what do we got here? Price is moving down, and yep, so we're just going to be sitting on our thumbs here, still not taking a trade yet. Even if, let's see, if I would have gone in here, let's yeah, I mean, it looks like that would have worked, but I just didn't have the fair value gap. So if I take up my fibs here, yeah, so it went down to the 60, and looks like it's trying to break above the 0. And it's probably going to do it, but I want to see a fair value gap. Now, you can also do this without a fair value gap. You just have to accept the fact that your win rate is going to be a little bit lower, which you know isn't a really bad thing, because here's the thing with the 2-to-1 risk to reward, or reward to risk. You only need to be above 33% win rate to be successful. If you win only 4 out of 10 trades with a 2-to-1, you're going to be rich. That's all you need. You just need above 33%. And 2-to-1 is not that hard to find. You know, if you're trying to go for 3-to-1, 2.5-to-1, 4-to-1, you know, you see gurus on YouTube doing 8-to-1s, 9-to-1s. Yeah, those are unicorn trades, man. You can't be consistent and mechanical with that. So I just, this is just me. You guys can, you know, do your own strategies, but I stick to the 2-to-1s. I try not to go further. See, yeah, this trade is probably going to take the high out right here. Yep, I probably could have taken that trade, but you know what? I let it sit on this one. But yeah, so 2-to-1s is where it's at, man. 2-to-1, you know, 40-50% win rate. That's all you need. That's all you need. You're, you know, if you do that, then your chart over your profits over time, it's going to look like this. And guess what? If someone sees that, if some fund manager or hedge manager sees that, you're going to be getting a phone call. You're going to be getting a phone call. Most likely, you're going to be getting a phone call to trade someone else's money, and a lot of someone else's money. So yeah, and then this trade just it just happened right here. So, but in any case, we are going to be sitting on this trade here. If I do have another opportunity, I will take that as well. See, it didn't even close above this level here. So to me, I just call that a lucky break. And yeah, we're going to be continuing on and waiting and waiting. Keep you guys up to date. All right, so we're just getting an update here, and looks like we have a mess. So price is just kind of ranging right now in this zone right here. And I thought we were going to get another break above here, going up here, but nope, that was rejected. It came tumbling down back here. And now price is just kind of consolidating or, reaccumulating for in some kind of a move here. Don't know what's going to happen. So this is my plan. What I want to see one of two things. Either we completely smash this low down here and we continue to go down. There's a fair value gap where I can trade, and I'm just going to do a 50-75, set that trade up to continue. Or price is going to tap above this level because we have 2 points now here and here. I like to see double tops because that's typically where liquidity forms. This is where retail traders want to sell and put their stop losses right above here, or buy and put their stop losses down below here. So either one that happens, that would be great. If we do get a trade that comes up here, you got to be careful because I need to see I need to see an impulse wave. So kind of lending from the Elliott wave theory, impulse means strong, consolidate, strongest, consolidate, strong. I want to see something like that. I this right here where it's just kind of doing that. That's a classic setup. Actually, in Elliott wave theory, it's called a flat, where you have a 3-wave move here, 3-wave move down, and then a 5-wave move up here. It takes out the recent high, and then it just drops. So if that happens, I don't want to be on the losing side, right? So how it's moving right now. It's looking kind of like it's going to do that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to just keep you guys informed on what happens. If I have to take a loss because it just looked good enough and it met all my requirements, then so be it. I'm not afraid to do that. And I'll keep you guys up to date. All right, so welcome back, guys. So as you can see, price is breaking down to the low. And it did create a fair value gap in the process right here. And I'll just put that into a bigger mark. So my indicator marks these out automatically. And so I will be looking to take this trade on the retrace. And I'm just going to wait for it. So I actually want to bring something to your attention real quick here. Remember I was talking about this move up here where I didn't take this move because it didn't have a fair value gap. It looks like on TradingView, you would have been successful, right? Because it took out that high. But go over to the actual chart here where you execute the trades. And as you can see, we did not take out the high. So, that's another reason why I like to stick to my rules. I like to stick to my rules because you never know what might happen. So it looks like price is trying to do its thing here. Sorry for that noise. And yep, so that's about 100% right there. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of a retrace. So I'm going to get my trade ready. It's going to be a short position on this one. And we're going to actually, hold on. Before I do that, I need to invert this. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go up to this start of the leg here. And the trade is going to be, come on. Here it is at the 50. Yep, I'm going to do a 50 here. Stop loss at the 75. Take profit at the break of the structure. And can I do 24 positions on this account? I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. Oh, we can. Awesome. All right, so trade is set. And we're just going to keep an eye on it. Now, if it does continue to break here, the trade idea is going to be invalidated. And we're going to have to resize. But let's see what happens here. All right, so we are tagged in the trade, and so yep, everything went fine with that. And yeah, this is a big order, so that's why the stop loss is going to be below that 30% threshold right there. And we could have been the liquidity here, but I followed my rules, so I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it down with me. And I guess I can just fast forward to the end with the next clip and to tell you guys what happened. I'm going to go back to playing Tomb Raider. All right, so I just want to do a quick update. Unfortunately, guys, I had to do an emergency exit on this trade. So I had to cut it out. I basically scratched out with $100. I'm not even going to count that. And what I'm going to do is go in here. See if we can get tagged in once more. If not, then it is what it is. So basically, the problem was on the settings for the trade drawing tool. It was set at 3,500 as the risk, so that was definitely not happening. And I had to. I noticed because the position size was a little bit too high that I would normally see. So I came out with that, and we're gonna see if we can go back in here. I'm not gonna chase the price. That's just something I don't do. These things happen as a trader. You have to make room for human error, mistakes, and things of that nature. That's why only needing a 40% win rate is great for just picking out 2-to-1 trades. Yep. So it looks like I'm just going to set it here to see if we can catch another path going back into the trade. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. In any case, I'll keep you updated. All right, and we're back. So we did take the loss on that trade. And so what I am going to be doing now is, since this is kind of a market structure shift happening right now, I would be interested in taking a trade in the opposite direction. So that would only be my second trade of the day. We are making a good impulsive move right here. And we're going to see how far this takes it. If we can't get past these highs right here, I'm going to be kind of uninterested in it. But we got a really healthy fair value gap right here. If I can just mark that out. Where am I here? Shapes, rectangle. Yep. Yep, and looks like it's trying to retrace. So I'm just going to get my drawing tools ready for this leg here. And let's get our position for long at the 50. And so we're just going to keep it here and stretch it out as need be. Oops, I want to move that. That's the thing about this thing. There we go. So we're gonna put that back down at the 50. Let's see here. And stop loss will be at 75. Yep, there we go. Take profit on this will be at the 0. Yeah, here we go. Finally. All right, looks like it's trying to happen. So let me just make sure my position sizing is real good. All right, yep, 250. That's great. And yeah, we're going to go for this one. So I will hit OTO for 21 positions for a buy limit. And we're going to see what happens. And it just slammed in there. So we're going to see what happens now. This one might go in the opposite direction, but that's okay. If I have to take 2 losses on the day, that's fine. It's all part of the game. All right, so yep, that's going to be our second loss for the day. And that's going to put our account down to about 50,600. So, yep, today's loss was about 354. That's because of that one trade that I had to flatten. It would have been even more. So, that's it. That's going to be it for this trading episode here. And we will be looking forward to the next one. I'll post the loss. And look, it's probably going to go higher right now. But it doesn't matter. I'm out of the market. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and see you guys.